as a kid, what did you actually find to do? I mean, nowadays kids have got television, they got sports zones.
We had to make our own fun.
So what sort of things you get up to then?
Well, I lived down there by the Catholic Church, and what we used to do is we used to get what my mother and that used to add from the meal left over, and all the kids around there used to collect theirs, and we used to put it in a shoebox, wrap it up in paper, tie it with string, and write an unknown name on it, perhaps say Mount Wise or one part of the town, and drop it in the middle of the pavement, and then we'd go beyond the hedge on the Catholic Church and watch what was coming along, see? And on would come a person and look at this parcel and pick it up, look at the address. Oh dear, they went off to deliver it to this place where the address was supposed to be. We were in there having a fine time. See, well, this went on for a while until one day a policeman came up. Go ahead, he said, he saw us, you see, and he chased us. And we went all out around the golf course, all around the little paths up around there until we lost him. Well, that was our fun then, you know. And another thing, back in those days, they didn't have tarmac for the pavement or where you walk. They had paving stones, and we used to go to buildings and get the builders to give us one of those little glazed grate tiles. And then we used to get 2 or 3 of us go down and play upscotch on these squares, you see. And another pastime of mine, anyhow, was I had a wooden scooter. And in Tower Road then, I used to go up there any time of the day and back. And of course horse-drawn carriages, but hardly any at all. But you could go up and down that road.
What's your mind then?
Yeah. And we used to go out then, and back in those days they had golf balls, which was got a purse in the middle and thick elastic, wide elastic. And we used to find these balls, see, open them up, get out the thick elastic. Again in the Catholic Church, we used to hide around the garden there and tie the elastic to the lamppost and to the gate opposite, which was quite near, only just across the footpath. And that was twilight, and you see people striding down and go into this elastic and bounce back again, see. And of course we were behind the edge watching all this. I must tell you another funny story about myself. I used to be very fond of animals, well you know I am, and I used to have pigeons then, see, and we at where I lived then there was a coal house at the back with a corrugated roof coming down, and the pigeons used to be up there. Well, the secretary of the golf course wife used to come through the back of the lane to get out to the golf club, which you could, a shortcut from 4th Street, see. She come up there one day all dressed up lovely with a lovely hat on full of flowers, and pigeon went on her hat and pulled all the flowers out. So then I had this around about that, so I had to have them caged after that. But I had a laugh to see all the flowers going flying out of this person's hat, and she was very sedate. Oh, it's a grand place then. Oh, I don't care what anybody say. It was lovely.
You're talking now when you was a child, before the First World War now. How many cars was there about in Newquay then?
How many what?
Cars.
Cars?
Yeah.
Before the First World War? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, I could only be, I don't know, if it was half a dozen, I think that was wonderful.
All horse-drawn.
Yeah.
There must have had some accidents though with those horse-drawn buses.
Oh yeah,
didn't it?
horse run away. I had that once, nearly killed me. Coming home across the tram lines, what I was telling about the other day. And when you get halfway where you branch off to get to Tower Road, there was a footstile there. And just as I got to, and then there was the oatman, and just as I got to go to this footstile, this horse had run away. And he went down past the footsteps, full rate, and bashed into the wall down the bottom there, broke all the cart up, and the driver got away, and the horse wasn't badly hurt, but of course that was wonderful to us. When we were running home here, I saw a runaway horse. And then another runaway one was, you know Mr. Killick, don't you?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He had a hotel down Beechville Avenue way, and he had a son who was in Ayer's butcher shop. He used to drive the land. And in the square then there was a man called Martin. He was an ironmonger. He had a shop on the left-hand side, but he had a big store on the right-hand side where the amusement arcade is now. There's a big oatman. And of course we all were excited. All one day there somebody said, "Look out, run away, run away, run away." Of course out we ran out to see what was happening, and there was Killick in this cart, and it went right in through this opening where Mr. Martins was upset inside there, because everybody's like, but Mr. Killett was all right. He was all right. But that was some excitement, that was.
So you didn't have any roads then like we had now, tarmac?
Oh no, just rough tracks, like.
Even like going from here to Truro or going from here to Perranporth, it was
It would be a rough road.
rough road. Wouldn't be no tarmac like now.
No, oh no.
So what about when the main buses started, like the horse bus you were talking about? That was still the same rough road then, was it? Just stony, rutty road?
Yes, I can't remember it any different. Oh yes, I went to school in Crandock Street. There was a school there for girls and separated playground to the boys' school. And we used to have to be there by 9 o'clock. But, being naughty, I used to live in 4th Street, or near 4th Street, where the booking office was. And we knew then that the town bus that collected the passengers would leave at the time we were going for school.
What sort of bus was that then?
Oh, horse-drawn.
Horse-drawn bus,
yes.
Yeah.
And so another friend and I would get down there in time for the bus to stop so that we could jump on the back step and have a free ride towards school. And on the way, all the people passing by would shout to the driver, whip behind, and he knew then that we had, children on the bus.
How many went to school roughly with you then?
Well, there was the infant school, that was separate from the main school, and that was where the 4 to 5s and all those young ones went. That was up the top of the playground. And then there's other school further down, which came for the older girls, and there was 2 classes there, 2 classrooms. And we used to start 9 o'clock, and we started off with a prayer and hymn, and then we'd have different lessons. We'd have nature, or we'd have writing lessons, history, and a different place we were put for cooking lessons. Then at past 11 we had a break. We used to go on the playground then and play for a while, and after play we used to be taken down to the other playground, which was further down, and we had a drilling lesson there. We used to be drilling there for about quarter an hour, 20 minutes.
When you say drilling, what sort of drilling are you talking about?
Well, just exercise, arm swinging and
keep fit now.
Keep fit, that's right.
Talking about drilling, do you play any games at school, like rounders or netball? Or
No, we didn't have anything like that. All we had was what we played the children themselves out in the playground, hide and seek and.
So you had no organised games? Like
No.
You didn't have rounders and play against another school for rounders? Nothing like that at all?
No.
Now you had a mistress, I suppose, instead of a master.
Oh yes, we had a mistress, headmistress, Miss Stevens. And then
was she strict or?
No, she's very good. We liked her very much. But the one in the next class down, Miss Chapman, she was a bit hard case. She was.
Of course, in those days, the boys and girls were kept separately, weren't they?
That's right. The boys had a school up other side the playground, and we were down this side. Near Crandock Street.
So what would happen then? The girls would have mistresses and the boys would have masters.
That's
so you never
right.
had women teaching the boys or men teaching the girls?
No.
How about other languages? Did you ever learn French? Or
No, not taught any foreign languages at all.
Nothing at all?
No.
How about local history? Were you taught local history or just ordinary British history?
Just British history, that's all.
You weren't told about Cornwall and the things that happened in Cornwall? That wasn't comes at all?
No. Then we had, during the First World War, of course, we had refugees coming to the school from Belgium. And they tried to teach us their language because we couldn't understand them, but they got to speak English after a while, which we didn't, When we went to school, we used to have a day off every once a year, and then we were taken for a treat. And we used to be taken by a wagonette. And we'd be taken to a place like Summer Court or something like that and have a little kind of a picnic there and back home again. That was our treat once a year for the school.
How about your holidays? How long holidays did you have at school?
We only had, at Easter, that was Good Friday, Saturday, the Sunday, of course the Sunday come in anyhow, and Monday. 4 days off for Easter, and 1 month exactly for summer.
And how about Christmas?
We'd have about, just to clear Christmas, which we'll say, 10 days?
10 days, go with the new year.
Yeah.
Did you have half terms and things like that?
No.